of sports gambling has the potential to rival the opioid epidemic in the United States.
If it didn't win, it had literally become a matter of life and death, and I was going to go and kill myself.
Adding a layer of betting makes the phone more addictive than
It's just a scam, the fact that nobody can win.
Have you ever scrolled through your phone, seen one of those flashy fantasy sports or betting apps, and thought, this looks fun, maybe I'll win big tonight? What if I told you that those apps are designed so that most of us don't? Win big, that is. That we're being played, not just in terms of games, but in terms of psychology, design, business models, every single layer. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on how online betting and fantasy apps fool you, how they're built to keep you hooked, pulling your money in, and why it's not just your fault when you lose. Let's go. 1. The allure. Why they're so irresistible. A. Instant gratification and dopamine hits. When you place a bet or pick a fantasy lineup, there's an immediate rush of possibility. You feel those quick jabs of excitement, brain chemicals like dopamine telling you this might be good. Just like scrolling through social media, you don't always know how it ends. That unpredictability keeps you coming back. B. Gamification and feedback loops. Levels, badges, leaderboards. They make you feel you're improving, part of a community, making stats and points. Wins are rewarded overtly, losses are often quietly minimized. C. Small bets seem harmless. The classic, play with just $5 messaging. Start small, they say. They get you in with something that feels safe. Once you're in, upselling kicks in. Bigger stakes, more features, premium memberships. 2. Anatomy of the business model, how the house always wins. A. The VIG/commission. In betting, there's often a VIG or commission. Essentially, they're cut. Even if everyone bets perfectly, the house makes money. Fantasy apps may take a participation fee, or charge transaction fees, or take a slice of the prize pool. B. Margin and odds and edge. Odds are never fair. They're set with a margin so that statistically, over thousands of bets, the house profits. Fantasy apps may weight certain outcomes, adjust scoring, or structure contests such that skill helps, but luck and edge are built in favor of the platform. C. User losses greater than user wins. The majority of users lose money. The business depends on that skew. Some apps display big jackpots and winners, but those are rare exceptions, used for marketing. Most people quietly lose smaller amounts over many rounds. 3. Manipulation techniques, UX, design, and behavioral tricks. A. Skinning and visual design. Bright colors, flashy wins, confetti, sounds. Every win, even tiny, is celebrated. Losses, muted or minimized. They design feedback loops so that small wins punctuate the experience frequently, enough to keep you engaged. B. Loss aversion and sunk cost fallacy. If you've already lost money, you want to get back, to prove yourself, so you stay. Betting or fantasy apps will tempt you with just one more try or promotions, because once you invest, you're more likely to keep investing. C. Illusion of control. Features like choosing your team or your predictions give you a sense of control, though many outcomes are random or manipulated by odds. This illusion makes us believe if we just strategize well, we can beat the app, so we stay longer. D. Promotions, free credits, bets without risk. Free bets, match your bet, bonus credits. All are designed to get you started and make you feel comfortable. But such promotions often come with strings attached. Minimum odds, limited withdrawal options, escrow periods. 4. Psychology and human biases. What makes us vulnerable? A. Overconfidence and gambler's fallacy. I lost last time, so I'm due for a win. Classic. We believe we see patterns, even where there are none. B. Anchoring. If you see a big payout, $1 million winner, you anchor your expectations. Maybe your $10 bet feels small, but you believe you could be that person. C. Social proof and FOMO, fear of missing out. Seeing friends win, reading stories online, social posts, all make you want in. Everyone's doing it. Don't miss out the next big prize. These are powerful. D. Illusion of month-week cycles, near misses. Near misses, you lose, but you almost won. That hurts and tempts you to try again. The design gives you almost wins, so you feel this close. It's a big motivator. 5. Legal loopholes and regulatory gray areas. Many fantasy apps are categorized differently from gambling legally, so they slip through stricter gambling regulations. They may present themselves as skill games, not chance games. Legal definitions matter. You might have less protection than you'd expect. Licensing, taxes, responsible gambling requirements are weaker or missing in many jurisdictions. 6. Revenue engines, not just on your bet. A. In-app purchases and upgrades. Premium features, ability to enter high-stakes contests, see more metrics, advanced analytics, for a price. Some charge subscription fees for better data or insights that supposedly give you an edge. B. Data monetization. They know a lot about you, your risks, your behavior, how often you play, when you bet big. That data can be sold or used internally to fine-tune profit-making, targeting promotions to see where you crack. C. Advertisements and partnerships, cross-promotions, affiliate marketing. They push other offers, e.g., bet here, get free credit there, sports merchandise, etc. Sometimes the advertising budget, in your face, is part of the revenue stream. You're being sold to other businesses via your attention. 7. Hidden costs, what you don't see. Emotional costs, guilt, stress, obsession. Opportunity costs, time you could use elsewhere, perhaps more productive or healthier. Financial ripple effects, small losses add up. Rounding errors from microbets, fees, etc., often more than you realize. 8. What makes someone more vulnerable? Less financial literacy. Emotional vulnerabilities, e.g., someone down on luck, looking for hope. Addiction tendencies, impulsivity, chasing losses. Social isolation, betting seems like escape. 9. The big win mirage, marketing versus reality. Let's talk about the giant posters you see, the ones where some smiling guy is holding an oversized check saying he just won $100,000 playing fantasy cricket or betting on football. Here's the catch. These cases are extremely rare. In fact, statistics show that less than 1% of players win any significant amount. The platforms love showing you these winners because it creates the illusion that anyone can win big. But behind the scenes, the platform profits from the thousands who lose small amounts repeatedly. Those tiny losses, spread across millions of players, far outweigh the occasional big prize. It's like a casino strategy dressed in the colors of your favorite sports team. 10. Fantasy versus traditional gambling. Are they really different? Fantasy apps often claim, we're not gambling, we're skill-based games. Sounds noble, right? The reality? Yes, some skill is involved. Picking the right players, analyzing stats. But luck still dominates outcomes. Player injuries, weather conditions, referee calls, so much is beyond your control. If luck plays a significant role and money changes hands, it walks and talks like gambling, even if laws in some countries give it a free pass. This legal gray area benefits the companies. They avoid strict gambling laws while operating in a way that feels exactly like betting to users. 11. The role of technology, AI, data, and personalization. Do you think these platforms treat everyone the same? Not even close. Modern betting and fantasy apps use AI algorithms to track when you play most actively, how much you typically bet, when you tend to spend more, maybe after a small win, maybe late at night when willpower is low. They then personalize offers, free credits, and nudges at exactly the right moment to get you back in the game. It's not random. It's science and psychology working together, and not always for your benefit. 12. The emotional roller coaster, from highs to lows. Ever notice how your emotions spike after a win? That rush can make you feel invincible, like you've cracked the code. But losses hit differently. They're not just financial, they feel personal, like you almost got it right. This is where many players get stuck, chasing losses, trying to win back what they lost, escalating bets, betting bigger amounts out of frustration, emotional fatigue, stress, guilt, even shame after losing repeatedly. It's a cycle the platforms count on because the longer you stay in the game, the more money flows their way. 13. How ads and influencers play a part. Notice how every big sports event now comes with celebrity-endorsed betting app ads. Famous athletes, actors, and influencers all smiling, telling you how fun and safe it is. Referral bonuses, use my code to get free credits. But here's the twist. They're paid regardless of whether you win or lose. This creates a false sense of trust. If your favorite cricketer promotes it, it must be okay, right? Well, not always. 14. Regulatory storm clouds. The global picture. Some governments are waking up. Countries like the UK have strict rules about advertising betting to minors. In places like India, debates rage about whether fantasy sports are skill or gambling. The US allows fantasy sports under a special legal carve-out. But even there, critics are pushing for tighter rules. As apps spread globally, regulations will tighten. But right now, in many regions, it's the Wild West. And the companies love it that way. 15. Can you ever win? Here's the million-dollar question. Can someone actually make consistent money on these platforms? Technically, yes. A few highly skilled, data-driven players manage small profits. Some even form betting syndicates with sophisticated models. But for the average user, the odds are stacked against you. Even with skill, the house edge and psychological traps make long-term wins rare. It's like trying to beat a casino at its own game. Possible? Maybe. Sustainable? Hardly. 16. Real-world examples and data. Studies show that a small percentage of users generate most of the revenue in gambling and gaming platforms. Usually, the ones who lose small amounts frequently, not the jackpot winners. In many countries, fantasy betting apps have been under scrutiny and have lost in court for operating like casinos disguised as games of skill. Examples of persons who thought they were doing one-off bets or playing socially and ended deeply in debt or mental stress. 17. How to stay smart, your defense strategy. A. Set strict limits. Time, money. Predetermine, I will spend no more than X, no more than Y hours per week. Use built-in tools or external ones to help you lock down boundaries. B. Recognize the game design. Be aware of what the apps want you to feel. Excitement, need to act now, itch to try again. If you feel triggered by seeing someone else win or by seeing just one more, that's design talking. C. Use facts, not hope. Know the odds. Know that promotions often are worse deals than they appear. Examine terms and conditions. Understand what fees or hidden conditions you're agreeing to. D. Seek safer alternatives. If you like fantasy games or prediction, maybe try non-monetary versions or ones designed for fun, not profit. Engage in betting only where it is well regulated, with transparency and protections. 18. Medium and long-term consequences. For individuals, financial strain, erosion of trust, mental health issues. For society, normalization of gambling, blurred lines between play and risk, predatory targeting of vulnerable communities. 19. Why we must demand better. Transparency in odds, commission, payout schedules. Regulation that treats fantasy betting apps like gambling when they function like gambling. Support systems for those who get in too deep. 20. Taking back control. Look, the point isn't to scare you away from ever having fun. The point is to make you aware these apps are built to keep you playing, not necessarily to make you rich. They use psychology, tech, marketing, and legal loopholes to stay ahead. The best defense is knowledge and self-control. So next time you see that tempting "deposit now and win big" banner, you'll know it's not just an offer, it's a well-crafted trap. These apps are engineered to hook you, to keep you guessing, and yes, to take your money more often than they give you joy. This isn't about you being weak. It's about an entire industry built on your impulses, your hopes, your illusions. If you found this video eye-opening, share it, because someone you know is likely caught up in this web. Subscribe so you don't miss more content that peels back the curtain on what's really going on in the apps and systems around us. Stay sharp, stay curious. Don't let the illusion fool you any longer.